In this video, I'm going to be mentioning and rapid firing off as many tips as I can from a professional player called Scolleh. He usually plays with a guy named Savid in duos. They're crazy cracked on the EU, and they're really good at the game. They have high IQ, and I love to watch them play. I honestly think this is going to be the best video I ever made. This is really going to benefit people who are really good at the game, and also for people that are trying to get into the scrims and the pro scene and all that stuff. So I hope this helps you, but drop a like on this video and use my supporter creator code KEMBEANS in the item shop if you want to support me. Also, don't forget that if you guys send me proof of you using my supporter creator code via Twitter in my DM, I'll add you guys to my friends list and we could probably run a couple games. And yeah, so let's get into the video. One of the main things I want to point out right now is the fact that you see Scolleh's landing spot. I don't know if you guys are paying attention in the beginning of the video, but Scolleh has a very unique landing spot. He rotates with no one on his back, which is essential in scrims like this. It makes him well aware that the only players he's going to see are the people that are going to be in front of him, which is a really good thing to keep in mind whenever you're trying to consider a landing spot. The biggest topic in Fortnite that never seems to go away is whether you should carry attack or a pump. In this video and in Scolleh's live stream, he was mentioning about the fact that he carries attack when he just has an AR, and when he has a pump that's not a god pump, he will carry an SMG to go along with it. So it really just depends on your play style, but all in all, I'm kind of the same way as Scolleh. If I don't have a spray, then I'll probably carry attack, but if I do, then I'll probably want a pump.
Kinda wish I had a pump now.
If you notice right here, you see how Scolleh is axing this wall, and he knows that there's a chest behind it, but he's so cautious about everything he does. He wants to make sure that there's really no one here trying to bait the chest. Even as he goes to that door, you can see he was holding right hand peek because he was afraid that someone was baiting him. Now that's the mindset you want to have whenever you're in a game like this, because you never know when if someone will be in a door. If you notice, Scolleh is looking at the center of this metal object right here, because if he placed it anywhere else, that stair would have went behind that object. Scolleh knows that he's going to find more ammo throughout the map, so going for that ammo crate is just not even worth the risk of dying.
I'm not even gonna bother. I'd fucking get headshot sniped all day. Fuck that shit.
Scolleh is a really good rotator, as you guys can tell, but if you notice right here how he's using everything for cover, instead of going more towards the left, he's hugging a wall because he knows that he's blocking off the right side and that he won't get shot from that direction, so he doesn't have to look that way.
This is such a dodgy zone. I'm not sure where I want to be basing right now. Might just literally base on that break and play center. Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh. And I've built too high. How have I just managed to? Alright, sick. Need to go farm some brick quick.
I started every single sentence saying Scolleh like 7 times now, so I'm gonna try and refrain from saying his name whenever I'm starting. He built up in a big base, used a lot of brick, used a lot of wood, so when he boxed up before the zone closes, he's gonna try and refresh his mats. This is a little risky because you're exposing yourself and you never know, you might get shot. If you notice, he's looking through the cracks of a fully built brick wall. This is crazy useful because you can use this in literally every single game you play. Almost every single wall, you can peek through the cracks, and if you have the right angle on someone, it will allow you to know where they are, and it will allow you at the same time not to get focused by someone else because your wall is in one shot. So if you notice, he sees someone and then takes a quick shot and then close backs up again. But every time he takes a shot, he's really protected, and there's no way that someone's gonna shoot him. Also, pay close attention to how he's third-partying this fight. He's shooting at 2 different walls and not just spraying at one wall in particular, because he knows that that guy might not be able to turbo build both walls at once. If he gets them both one shot, he might be able to get a free tag on him.
Why did break a metal cone for a brick one? Because if I wanna jump in this cone now, yeah, I'm in it, right? Let me get in it. Wait, let me just demonstrate with this cone. If this is full HP, I'm done. Like, even like this close, you can't really tell if there's anyone in it. Like, imagine you're a bit far away. This is a lot harder to tell than a metal cone, because there's like little cracks, like you see in metal now in this metal wall. There's little cracks in it that I can see through. It's the same with the cone, but with these brick cones, you can't see through it. So there are like little spots you can see through, but you've got to be like really close.
Pay attention to how he's moving around in his box and he's not standing still. If someone has a heavy sniper, he's not going to be able to get hit really hard because there's no way that this guy will be able to hit a moving target after they hit his wall, unless they're really close. He edits this wall and then resets it to go underneath his cone to make sure that if someone else is looking at his box, they think that he's in the middle layer of his box.
Could be 2 people there. 1, 2, 3. Drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people behind me. So that means the rest of the lobby's on north side. This kid's got double pad because he's come from rig. Bro, that's like... Thank you. Thank you fucking Jesus, Lord Christ, God. Like, actually though, think about it. I'm in the perfect spot. I can pull a 50-50 here.
This part's going to be the most difficult part of the video. It's going to have to be really quick, but I'm going to try and walk you guys through his endgame thinking. As you guys can tell, he's looking at the map constantly to make sure that he's going to be in zone, or he at least knows where it is mentally. He drops down all the way to understand and just gather information about where players are. Maybe he'll see a dead side of zone where he can rotate to. From here, his main concern is how he's going to get to that marker. So if you notice, the most important strategy he does right here is he places a wall and then a stair, but he delays the stair placement because it blocks his back. This saves you mats a lot, and also he's building out of wood, but the second he gets in zone, he builds out of hard mats. General rule of thumb is you never want to be stuck midway through a mountain, so he built up here and just to gather more information as well. This puts him in a better spot, and no one on low ground can cuck him. If you notice, a quick little cheeky play is he edits the floor and then edits the cone but holds it and jumps to gather more information about what's above him. This is really useful, and you'll see him do this multiple times throughout the end game. One of the most important things that really separates a good player and a great player is the fact when they get into zone, they get way ahead of zone, and it always seems like they're constantly ahead because that gives them ample time to look back in zone and maybe pick up a free kill or get a couple tags. If you notice here, he's literally hugging the end of zone and he's going back to that play earlier, but it turns out that it didn't work because the guy was close enough to see him in that cone. This is probably one of the most difficult things to do, and it's just to understand who's on your layer and where the people are around you. He realized that if he went that direction, he probably would have got caught up with another person, so he went a little around his base to go extra out of the way. That way he has this whole layer to himself and he's in the clear. Quick thing to note is that you'll see him block off his back every now and then, which is really important because there's no one else there to do it for him. If you notice, he went up another layer to get off the mountain, so that way he'd be on his own straight elevation. Another thing to notice is that you never see him get greedy literally once. He always understands when to go for kills and when to go for loot because he's been in this situation so many times, which just comes from experience. I don't know if you saw that guy literally went right underneath his stair, but it happened so quick that he didn't even need to go for it because he probably knew himself that he wasn't going to be able to pick up that kill. It would just distract him on where the zone is pulling and therefore screw him up even worse. Now I want you guys really to pay close attention to how he goes about this rotate. He got shot, manages to get a full 100 shield put on him. From here, he realizes that he has shambles mats and he needs to rotate from a far moving zone. He plays this really well and really smart. The second he comes out of zone, he sees a player looking at him. Now this guy has the complete advantage inside the box. If he were to edit and spray him, he has no mats and it would put him in a worse scenario than he's already in with 130 mats. So he decides to run away from this fight and get as much separation from this guy because he does not want him to push him. At the same time, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Scolleh had a quick glance at height and he realized that he was second height and knew that he had to drop almost instantly. If that guy at height wasn't getting pressured by another guy, he would have been spraying at Scolleh and Scolleh would have been screwed because he had zero mats to defend himself. One of the benefits to playing on the outside circle of a zone is that there might be dead builds over there which you can use to rotate into. Scolleh sees that opportunity right here a little bit, but at the same time he knows he has to drop because of the height thing, so he does. He ends up pressuring a player, getting his mats, and now he's on his way to keep rotating in a very small but smart fashion. The best advice I can give you for rotating with shambles mats is to understand that you kind of just have to hug builds and hug players. You have to maybe send it on a player if you have the opportunity to, but if you notice, Scolleh sees the opportunity to grab some mats, so he does, and he ends up just trying to get to the furthest side of zone as he possibly can. Right here, he's in a good spot because you never want to rotate in the center of any builds. That's kind of self-explanatory, but I just want to point that out because some people are brain dead. So from here, I think he did the right thing. He full sent on a player knowing that he was third partying, which is a really strong thing to do in this situation because he knows that he can get some free shots and that everyone's gonna be weak, so therefore he's gonna get a lot of kills. For example, that guy right there was a free kill.
Oh, I had so many mats then, but I just couldn't get from under low ground, bro.
So unfortunately, he didn't pick up that kill, but all in all, he played really well and managed to get top 7 with 135 points. Just to put this in perspective, he even did better than Mr. Savage with 101 points. Obviously, everyone can have their unlucky games, but I just wanted to point that out. I just want to inform you guys that I do live stream on Twitch, and I'm very active on Discord and all my social medias. All the links to all my social medias will be in the description down below, so feel free to support me in any way possible. A follow will be greatly appreciated on literally anything. If you guys made it this far in the video, drop a heart in the comment section and let me know of any future video ideas that you guys might have as well. I love to talk to you guys in the comment section and I love to get feedback from you guys. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Everyone have a good night. Deuces. Peace.